Okay, creating your own luck. So I've talked kind of a little bit about this, like the Wheel of Fortune thing. Creating your luck, I think that luck is, there are some people that are lucky, but I think you make your own luck, and I've always believed that. I think you create your own luck, and it's by positioning yourself in front of the right door, so when it opens, you're ready, So I think what I decided to do was, okay, so now I started this website with all my travel stuff. Now what do I want? Okay, I want to launch these workshops, right? I want to do a travel workshop. How do I do that? I'm not a travel agent, like the idea, I started thinking about it. It was so cool to bring like 12 photographers to Peru and like teach them how to take pictures, and we'll like have this amazing trip, and which I'm going to be doing, by the way. But the thought about putting it together was a really daunting idea, like, oh my God, how do I book the travel? Where would I even stay? What guides would we have? What hotels would I book? And it started making me like not want to even do it at all. I'm like, this is too much work. I don't even want to do it. And then I thought about it again, going back to building a business alliance. Why don't I approach people who actually do that for a living, like a travel agency, and say, hey, if I brought you 12 people, would you like plan this whole trip for us? We'll each take a cut. And so I ended up doing that, and I approached. So finding allies is my next slide. Find someone that you can partner with or like work together that can help you out. So I approached Celestial Travel. They're based in West Hollywood. They do these really luxurious, awesome trips, like out-of-the-box trips. And they already have all these trips planned. They already have them. They know the price of them. They know where they're staying. They're like, you get the 12 people and we'll go. It doesn't have to 12. I'm just throwing 12 out there. I don't even know how many people. But so a lot of times you think something is such like an idea you have is so hard, but if you just write it down, you start thinking, okay, what do I need? What's step one for this idea? Then if you actually write it down and take it step by step, it becomes not that as hard as you thought it was. So finding allies is really important. They said to me, they're like, well, we've never worked together, so I don't want to like promote your workshop until we've worked together. So they told me I needed to go on a trip to Peru with them and photograph, and we would just see how we mesh, And that was like the most life-changing trip for me. We were like fishing for piranhas in the Amazon and like hiking to Machu Picchu, and like the condors are flying around me. It was like the most epic trip, and all I had to do was sit there and take pictures and just see if we like meshed well together. And it was such an awesome experience. And it made me see like what could work and what wouldn't work. And so testing it out again, investing in yourself, going on the trip, and doing it first is really important.
Did they crunch your pay? Did they pay for you, or did you?
They what they did was they had already a group set that was going, and they asked what would it be worth it for you guys to have a professional photographer on this trip? Like if you guys each kicked in an extra $100 or whatever, you would have all these professional pictures of you while traveling through Peru, and we're like testing this out and blah blah blah. And so that's what they did. So they did. I paid for a lot of my travel because we were testing this out, but I didn't pay like nearly as much as they offset it that way. So using TripAdvisor, I just use this as an example. There's a lot of different forums and stuff out there, but TripAdvisor for me was actually how I booked that wedding in Zanzibar. And it's a story because my boyfriend found this really awesome link one day of this restaurant you can only get to by low tide, and it was like a National Geographic or something. This little fisherman catches stuff all day long. It's called The Rock Restaurant. You should Google it. And he like brings all of the stuff he catches on this rock and sets up tables, and you can eat at his restaurant in Zanzibar. You can only get there like walking out by low tide or taking a boat out there. So he sent me this link, and I was like, that's amazing. And I went on TripAdvisor to look it up, and I just wrote, wow, I would absolutely love to photograph here. This sounds like a dream. And a bride and groom that were getting married in Zanzibar from South Africa saw that post and went to my website, and they're the ones that flew us out for a month and did it. So it was just by putting it out there. I wasn't even marketing myself. I wasn't even like, hey, check out Beautiful Day Photography. It wasn't even like that. I just said, God, I would kill to photograph here. This place is beautiful. So it was just one of those things, again, like creating your own luck, putting yourself out there. There's lots of different travel forums and places that you could just, find people and write to them. And you created a Jet Setter one on Facebook where all of our friends that we travel, we created a group on Facebook, and everyone just writes travel advice to each other, and already like getting leads for weddings in Thailand and stuff through this group that we just created on Facebook and said, hey, share it with your friends that love to travel. So it's just another way of getting yourself out there.